All right, guys, we're going to do a little bit of a niche deep dive today. I just got a referral for home improvement. Now, what my opinion is and what I would encourage you guys to do is when you're first starting out, stick with the niches that are tried and true. Stick with the boring niches, stick with the concrete, the tree surface, etc. And I say this time and time again, but when you do that, you know that the niche works. Then you can focus all of your time, energy, and effort on the city. And you don't have to worry about finding the right niche and the right city and finding them both in the right spot. So for me, when I started out I was scaling, I finally started scaling when I stuck to these tried and true niches. And so I just want to let you know that even right now, what we do is we don't go and just test out a ton of different niches. So if we have an idea or we have a conversation or whatever, maybe we'll go in and we'll check it out. But more often than not, what will happen is we people know what we do. We've done work with hundreds of business owners, and so we get a lot of inbound traffic. We get referrals. Sometimes we'll be dealing with a client. And they're like, "Hey, my brother has XYZ company, or my aunt has this, or I have actually this other side business that I'm doing, and can you get me leads for that?" Conversations with friends, family, neighbors, whatever. And that's how I go and justify trying out these new niches. And the reason why is because when you get referred to, when somebody gives you a referral or somebody is referred to you, that trust is already there. They already know that you can do that you can provide them with results. And so, for example, this is what happened is this is a guy that I've known that gave me this referral. This is a guy that I've known, excuse me, back when I just did SEO. I think this is back in like 2017. And the company that he was working at the time used to sell like diesel, some kind of diesel part, something very niche, right? I just said niche, something very niche. I don't know why I said niche. Something very niche specific. We ended up not even getting the deal, but we've kept in touch. He lives here locally, and he reached out to me a couple weeks ago, was like, "Hey, let's connect, and I might have a referral for you." I think I was traveling, and I never got back with him. And he messaged me a couple days ago and said, "Hey, you remember that guy I was telling you about? He had told me about a guy that had needed one of his clients for what he does now because he started his own business. He's like, I'm going to refer you to this guy. Can you help him get leads?" And said, "Well, send him over. I'll talk to him." So he sent me this guy. He has a company that's a home improvement company, and I am going to be calling. I haven't even called him. I don't know exactly what kind of home improvement he does, but I want to talk about that specific industry as a whole because it's kind of a general term. And if we're talking about, should I build a lead generation site for home improvement? I'm going to kind of break that down, okay? And again, I haven't gotten into it. I don't know if there's certain services within home improvement that he does. I don't know if there's certain services that he does not. I just know he has a home improvement company, okay? But what I will say is what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to build a home improvement website. It's too vague. There's too many sub niches inside of home improvement that you're going to get your ass kicked, okay? On top of that, when these massive companies just quote unquote home improvement, now you're dealing with big dogs. Now you're dealing with huge budgets, huge companies. So I'm not going to be doing home improvement. If you're talking about is home improvement as a niche a good idea, the answer is no. It's too vague. It's too big. You're going to be there's too much branding. There's too much advertising budgets. It's just not a good idea. So if this guy is like, "Hey, I just want to advertise home improvement," I'm out. Not going to work. Okay. Now, I say that, but if he's like, "Yeah, I'll give you, X amount per month," and I tell him, "Hey, here's the risks. I don't know if it's going to work. I think it's too vague. You still want to do it? Let's do it." I will do it, but I'm going to advise him that no, what we need to do is I need to find out what services you actually have. Okay. What services you offer inside the home improvement umbrella, what the margins are, which ones are going to make you excited if you get leads. And then I'm going to take that list and I'm going to look at it and go, which ones of these actually fit the bill? Now, here's the exciting part about this referral. Inside of home improvement, excuse me, it's starting to get a little cold outside, getting a little cold air in my lungs, okay? Inside of home improvement, there are so many different areas that I think what we're going to do is if I can get on a discovery call, I can figure out what makes him tick, figure out which niches are going to be interesting to him. Then what I'm going to be able to do is I might be able to hit him with what I would call a twofer, aka a 2-for-1 deal, which is multiple websites, at least 2 or more, and I can be charging $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 per website, okay? So that's the exciting part is I'm looking at some of these home improvement websites and there's all kinds of different stuff. You got, maybe it's some of these companies maybe do stucco or siding or this or that. And so I may be able to really get a 2-for, a 3-for, maybe even if I get lucky, a 4-for, okay? But what I want to just let you guys know in this video, if you're looking at the home improvement niche, okay? As a vague niche, as a general generic term, and you're thinking about building a home improvement website, nope, okay? Not a good idea. However, if you can find a home improvement company that wants leads in specific areas and is okay with that, building these micro websites in micro niches, this could get very interesting. So I'm just looking at some of these competing websites in the state that he's in, and I'm looking, in fact, let me hold this while I kind of browse this website that I'm looking at right now. So for example, we got fencing, we've got decking materials, we've got concrete repair, we've got barn dominiums, we've got mini splits. I mean, these guys do everything. And so the challenge, not even the challenge, but really what I'm gonna have to look at is, what are the areas they're willing to accept leads in, A, and then B, which of these sub niches am I going to be able to get the best bang for my buck? Meaning, yes, I could get leads for mini splits in the HVAC niche, right? Yes, I could get leads for concrete repair, but, and I need to figure out what cities he covers inside of his, service area. But where am I going to be able to rank the quickest, have the lowest costing ads, and get him the best results? Because this could be somebody that could turn into a massive freaking client. And it could also be a total flop. But as I'm looking at this, as long as he doesn't want to just do home improvement as a niche, we're going to have a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different creative ideas to do a deal. So home improvement niche, generally speaking, as a niche, bad idea. Inside as multiple sub niches, excellent idea, as long as he doesn't come back and say that he wants, this niche that are very, very, very competitive. We are going to be cooking. And so what you need to do when you get these referrals, you need to take advantage. You need to be very, very, set those expectations very low and manage them, because you also got to remember, you don't want to burn the relationship with, the guy that referred you, the gal that referred you. And then you need to go in and say, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. I've done it in this, and this, but with this one, I've never done it. I'm just letting you know. So let's do a 6-month contract and check it out. And at the end of 6 months, if it's just not working, we can call it. So home improvement niche, these are my thoughts. Somebody that's been in the game now over, 7-ish years. I can look at a niche. I can, look at the ticket size. I can look at, it's a vague term. I know with 99% certainty what's going to happen. These are my thoughts on the home improvement niche.